today's Health Matters, a TikTok wellness trend promoting teens to experiment with vitamins and supplements.
The maxing trend goes beyond wellness, and we're joined this morning by Dr. David Brady, the Chief Medical Officer for Designs for Health, who can explain the pros and cons of this trend. So good morning, Dr. Brady. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us this morning.
Good morning, and thanks for calling attention to this matter.
Yeah, so can you explain some of the different maxing trends that you've seen taking over social media like TikTok?
Yeah, this maxing trend is mainly driven by influencers, and it's sort of a gamification or extremification, I guess, of various types of approaches, whether it's to working out to the max or aesthetic, trying to do something with beauty or appearance. But we're seeing it now happen in the wellness space with trying to maximize your physiological function with nutritional supplements. And it's a concerning trend in one way, in that, just because some of something is good doesn't mean more is better. And that's the concern here, that people will be overdoing a potentially good thing. And I'm glad you're calling attention to it now.
That's it. They're going overboard, overdoing it with the vitamins and the supplements. And I think sometimes the teenagers and even adults, we forget that these are influencers and they are being paid by these brands. So it's almost unrealistic to think that we need to buy everything that they're showing us, right? But what are some of the supplements that you're most concerned about when it comes to experimenting with these?
Well, luckily, let me just say that nutritional supplements are generally regarded as safe. They're not extremely toxic. You have to kind of work real hard. You have to take way more than you should for a significant amount of time to usually get into real danger zone. But the problem is, wasted money and usually it's GI side effects. Usually someone will be stopped from taking dangerous levels because their gut will hurt or they'll run out of money. But, we want young people to be cognizant about their health. We want them to try to stay in good shape. We want them to try to be healthy as they start going into older life. And starting early is very good, but we don't want it to be done in the wrong way. In an extreme way, in a gamification way, that's never going to last. They're going to be on to the next, trend very soon. So I love that they're looking at things like creatine when they work out. It's good for their brain. It's good for their muscles. I like collagen. I like magnesium, particularly if they're having anxiety or difficulty sleeping. But they should use it the way it's designed to be used. They should use it by the labeled dosage, not what their influencer tells them. And when in doubt, they can always throw something in ChatGPT or one of the AI engines, because they're pretty impartial and they're not giving a bunch of marketing hype. They're generally giving good information.
See, what's scary is it can be purchased over the counter. So as a parent, you might not necessarily know that your child is buying all of these supplements. So what are some of the things that we can look out for then?
I think the biggest concern is, vitamins and minerals. It takes a while to get into any kind of toxicity land. Things like protein powder, collagen, creatine, pretty safe. Where I get a little bit more concerned is some of the herbal or botanical things, and these are wonderful substances if used correctly under guidance and at proper dosage. But if they're used at too high of a dosage, they can create a liver stress and a liver toxicity. One example is a very popular herb known as ashwagandha, which is a very good calming herb for people that may have anxiety. But if you use way too much of it, it can be a liver stress, just like a medication you would take could stress your liver.
Right. And what do some of those symptoms look like? I know you mentioned, issues with the gut, abdominal pain, but what are some other key signifiers?
It depends what you're taking, but by and large, the most common by far side effect of supplementation, whether it's vitamin, minerals, proteins, creatine, whatever, is GI distress. So that'll usually stop you. You'll get diarrhea, or you'll just not feel good in the gut. Other things, melatonin, for instance, if people take too much of that for sleep maxing, they can feel very groggy. They can get really bad dreams. So those are some examples of creatine. You can retain water and feel like you're gaining weight, actually, which is not what most of them want. But when I mentioned the herbal liver toxicity, there is really no observable, symptom until